Hey guys, this is Jen 70. I am hiding upstairs from the kids, hanging out with the laundry. But I just wanted to come on and talk about taking full responsibility for our lives. So I've had this conversation recently with few different people, and I kind of just wanted to chat with you guys about that and a few different thoughts on it about taking full responsibility for everything that's happening in your life. I think I've gone through quite a few struggles over the last, 5-10 years. And I think the biggest thing for me was knowing that even though I was going through struggles, that I took responsibility for where I was. And I think that was my biggest asset, because once I could, get a handle on the things I was struggling with, it was, everything took off. So it was just knowing that, the plan is right, the business is right, everything is right. It's me, and what do I need to change to then go forward and move forward. So just 7 thoughts on this, and taking full responsibility. So number 1 is there's always a price to pay. So, whether you take responsibility or not, you're going to pay a price. So, you can pay the price of discipline, or you can pay the price of regret. Jim Rohn likes to say that, the only difference is regret weighs tons, while discipline weighs ounces. So you're going to pay a price no matter what. You might as well take full responsibility for where you are, and go for it. Put in the discipline and pay that price, because it's going to only weigh ounces in the long run. If you don't do that, if you don't take full responsibility for where you are, you're going to pay a price, and it's going to weigh on you tons and tons, because you're going to regret the past and the steps you took. Also, taking full responsibility, it really builds your self-esteem. So disciplining yourself to do what you know is right and important, although it's difficult, it's the high road to pride and self-esteem and personal satisfaction, because you're going to be gaining confidence every time you do what you say you're going to do. We can set goals for ourselves, but if you don't follow through, what does that do? That affects your confidence. It affects your self-esteem. You're going to say, well, I never follow through, or I never do this, because that's what you've done in the past. So if you really, accept where you are, know where you are, and then just take full responsibility for that, and then take the small measures to move towards your goals. And every time that you do what you say you're going to do, you're going to build your self-esteem through that. So number 3, it's give yourself the permission to live the life that you want. So this one was huge for me. I put a lot of guilt on myself and belief that I wasn't worthy of all the good things in life that it had to offer. So just give yourself permission to live the life that you're dreaming of. You are a child of whatever the Creator is, and we're all equal and worthy of the most amazing things in our life. And we need to take that on, take full responsibility of that, and know that we're worthy of it, and really go after it. So when we begin to take charge of our lives to ourselves, there is no longer any need to ask permission of someone else. So that's from George O'Neill. And it's just really taking responsibility for our lives. We gain control of what happens, and it becomes natural, and you feel like you deserve more in life. As your self-esteem builds, and as you do the right thing more and consistently, you feel better about yourself. And this is really critical and important to your journey. Can you hear the kids? So 4, it's taking action becomes natural. So before, I had this incredible habit of stuttering and not doing what I was going to say to do what I was going to do. So as you get into the habit and taking responsibility for what you're doing, it really becomes natural for you, and it becomes a habit. So it had often said that your thoughts become your actions, but without taking responsibility for your life, those thoughts often just stay on that mental stage. You're really just thinking about it a lot, and it's not really translated into action. So taking responsibility for your life is that little extra ingredient that makes taking action more of a natural thing. You won't get stuck in just this thinking phase, right? Thinking, wishing, all this stuff. You become proactive in your life instead of passive. Number 5 is understand the limits of your responsibility. So taking responsibility in your life is awesome, and that's what this whole thing is about. But that is also all that you have control over. It's what you're doing, right? You can't control the results of your actions. You can't control how someone reacts to what you say or what you do. And it's really important to know where those limits are in terms of you taking responsibility. So otherwise, you'll create a lot of unnecessary suffering for yourself, and you'll waste energy on what other people are responding. So focus by taking responsibility from what you can't and never really could control. So let go of that. Let that go into the universe and take control of what you can take control over, and that's your personal actions. Number 6, don't forget to take responsibility in everyday life. So this is kind of where I started. It was just, I wanted to build a business and inspire others, but I really had to take responsibility for the day-to-day actions that I was taking. So life consists of each day, right? It's not just a year. It's not just a month. We talk about goals and we set these goals that are in larger chunks of time, but it's really everyday actions. So it's not just the big events sometime in the future, this is the goal X amount of months down the line. So don't forget to take responsibility for the little things that you do today. Jim Rohn likes to say it's an apple a day, not 7 apples on Sunday. It's not, it's the consistency every day that's going to get you the action, the results, I'm sorry. So don't postpone it. Taking responsibility for your life can be hard, and it is taxing. It's not something you master over the weekend. This takes time and effort, and consistent effort over time. So you might as well get started today with it right now, right? We can take steps today that are going to start pushing us into and pulling us into the future towards our goals by the actions we take today. And then the final thought I wanted to talk about is really aim to be your best self. So in the company I'm with, it's very much personal development focused, because if we're working on ourselves, we can inspire others to work on themselves. It's not our job to worry about what other people are doing, but just taking the responsibility for me being the best me and the actions that I'm taking and the thoughts that I'm thinking and the immediate reactions I'm having out in my day-to-day life. So of course it's not easy, right? But it's a lot of fun, and the payoff is massive. So you're not trying to escape from your life anymore, right? Instead, you take control, face what's going on, so the world and new options are opening up for you. So once you take on responsibility, once you start doing the things that you're saying you're going to do, life and the earth respond to that. New options are going to open up. New opportunities are going to be opening up for you. So you start taking action, just not just when you feel like it. This is not just a feeling based. This is what I've said. This is the actions I'm going to take. Improvement isn't about short spurts once in a while. Consistent action is what really pays off and can help you achieve really just about anything. You build your self-esteem to higher levels. We've kind of talked about this already, right? And may discover, one moment, guys. And may discover that many smaller problems you experience regularly, such as negative thinking, self-defeating behavior, right? Troubled relationships with yourself, others, all that kind of stuff, they start correct themselves because your self-esteem is better. You're showing up differently, right? So you gain this inner stability in yourself and can create your own positive feelings within without the help of validations from other people. So how are you guys going to take responsibility today for your actions, whether you're looking to go for a fitness goal, a nutrition goal, a weight loss goal, a business goal, whatever it is for you, or maybe just showing up in your relationships different. How are you going to take responsibility for you and your actions so you can have more in the future? You can create more. You can create more for you and your family, and really expand your life. So many possibilities and opportunities on the horizon for you guys. Just a little thoughts that I had. So just, if you want to respond in the comments, share, go for it. Have an awesome night, guys. Bye.